just about a couple of weeks ago, I started on a medication for a sinus infection, and it's an antibiotic. And I was traveling to Canada for work last week. And when I was in Canada, I had a pretty severe allergic reaction to this antibiotic. And so it started on Tuesday evening, and I started getting shakes and chills and sweats, and got sicker by the evening. And as it went through the night, had a rough night. By Wednesday morning, I was covered in a mild rash, and then by Wednesday night, I was fully covered head to toe in a bright red rash. And I managed to keep enough Benadryl and ibuprofen in me to make it home on Thursday here to Texas. Um, Got back on Thursday night. I was in the ER here in Corpus Christi, and they wanted to admit me that night. Well, I didn't feel sick enough to be admitted, so I agreed to go home and come back in the morning on Friday. On Friday morning, things were probably a little bit worse. At that point, my lips and even around my eyes, I was starting to feel serious rash conditions. My whole body was still covered in rash, and there were a lot of people praying for me by that time. But Pastor Mike and Pastor Josiah and Kate and my wife in the ER, they came and prayed for me, and we just had a time with the Lord there in the ER. And by the time I went to bed on Friday night, the rash was 90% gone. And then by Saturday afternoon, it was no sign of it whatsoever. So praise God, I was healed completely, and just a miraculous condition. And the condition that they thought I had was called Stevens-Johnson syndrome, SJS. If you can look it up online, you'll see lots of really gross pictures, and it can have some really bad outcomes. But thank God that I'm in a much better situation today. Praise Jesus.